Drama in the courts this morning as 5 new members of the Labour Party, people who joined since January 2016, were told by a High Court judge no less that they will be able to participate in the forthcoming Labour leadership election as members. A huge ruling, clearly goes beyond just those 5 people. It will apply to the 126,000 people who joined the party after January and before the commencement of this leadership election between Owen Smith and Jeremy Corbyn. Massive ruling. So what does it mean? It means those 126,000 people will now be able to vote. They were told previously by the NEC they couldn't. That was the NEC ruling. That's been overruled, right, by the High Court. It also means that those who joined after January and then had to register as supporters, pay their £25, are entitled to get their money back. In addition to that, they can also participate in local CLP nominations. Basically, they have all the rights and all the responsibilities of members who joined the party before January. So Justice Hickenbottom ruled that the restriction on new members not participating was a breach of contract. Big deal. The NEC will have to comply with it, really. That's why they're about to appeal it. That's why they are appealing it, right? Because they haven't really got much choice. They can't just ignore this. When you look at what JC's had to go through, what Corbyn's had to go through, what his support base had to go through to get here, and by here I mean membership being sovereign, right? All members being able to vote, you think that's a given, right? It's been one hell of an ordeal, right? Firstly, we had the chicken coup. They were going to try and get rid of this guy without actually having a leadership election, without even putting a challenger forward. Then they tried to keep him off the ballot. That didn't work. Then, once he was on the ballot, a multi-millionaire opponent of Corbyn tried a legal challenge. The justice involved there, after a couple of seconds, laughed and said, "Why are you wasting money? Go away." Clearly, he's automatically on the ballot. Then they tried to disenfranchise, disqualify 130,000 new members. In addition to that, they raised the fee for a registered supporter from £3, which it was last year, to £25. Now, when that happened, and this was all on the same day, wasn't it? The 130,000 disqualifications, the increased fee for registered supporters was on the same day that we knew Corbyn would be on the ballot. So the NEC basically was trying to say, well, he's got to be on it, he's got to go forward. How can we still kind of give any opponent he faces a chance? So they did that. Hugely undemocratic. There was gleeful tweeting by MPs, by journalists, right? They were going, "This is fantastic, game on, game on, we've disqualified 130,000 people." It wasn't just undemocratic, we now know it was illegal. So it's said that Labour's legal costs after all this are about £120,000. As of this afternoon, we know they're going to appeal this morning's decision. They're not going to win that, so when, not if they lose, that £120,000 will be around £200,000. We're now in a bizarre situation where the party establishment, the party apparatus, is using membership subs, the money that members pay, to disqualify, disenfranchise members. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Debbie Wasserman-Schultz, chair of the DNC, the equivalent organisation for the Democratic Party of the Labour NEC, effectively, she had to resign after there were DNC leaks which showed she favoured one candidate over another. But you know what? There wasn't even a smoking gun there. And I think what's going on right now with the Labour apparatus, not just the NEC, but Ian McNicol and Tom Watson, I think is far, far worse. I mean, it's not just bringing the party into disrepute. It's not just incompetent. It's not just anti-democratic. It's not just bad politics. They're now losing the organisation money. They're now creating a situation where 130,000 people one day aren't going to vote, the next day they are. That's very difficult to manage, and it just shows complete ineptitude. I think it's not just the NEC that needs to be blamed here. I think it's a whole sediment of people within the Labour HQ, within the top branch of the Labour Party. Ian McNicol, Tom Watson, a few others too. I don't think their positions are tenable after today.